Hello everyone, my name is Keshav, and today I am going to discuss a very important economical issue which is very persistent and growing very rapidly in India. Yes, it is none other than income inequality. Yes, GDP growth and all is good. Like we are growing at around 7% GDP, which is I think very good as a nation. But we have to measure other criteria as well, like the income per capita, like how much an household is earning, and were they able to afford those three essential commodities: the food, shelter, and clothes. And if someone and if like some bracket of people were not able to afford those essential commodities, I don't think we have grown as a nation. I don't think like after even 75 years of independence we have achieved, like we can proudly say that this person, even after like this person like not being able to afford those essential commodities. Like if we talk about numbers, around 1% of India like holds around 50% of the nation's wealth, and rests were like uh, like getting around 50%, like 19% of the population getting around 50%, and they are barely surviving within that like income. And I think this is just unfair, but we have to go to the depth, like why this is happening. I think the first is the policy failures. I believe that the tax systems like just favors the rich people. The wealthiest people pay around only like 5.6% tax rate, which I think which should be like more for the uh, rich people. And I think the other reason is that the wages are very stagnated. A factory worker's incomes grows around like 1% annually, like and the inflation is rising around 5%. They will not be able to meet the inflation rate. Their income is not meeting the inflation rate, and they are getting like poorer every day. And like what can be the current steps, or what can be the possible solutions for this? I think first we have to like go through like what we have done before. Like there is one yojana, PM Kisan Yojana, in which they have provided 6,000 rupees per year for farmers. But I don't think that it will be enough for a people to bear to even survive. Like that's just around 15, 16, or like 15 to 20 rupees per day. Like 6,000 rupees will be around 15, 20 rupees per day. Like how can even a person can survive by having 20 rupees per day? And the second scheme which government has announced before is Manrega. Like it is a scheme where they provide guaranteed work, but yet if we like this schemes, like the wages were stagnated, and the people who are working over there in this scheme, like they were not been able, like their wages haven't kept pace with the inflation. And the next step is like we have to go through what we can do. Like I think there will be policy reforms, like there should be more tax, around 6 to 7% for people have around net worth of around 50 crore or plus. um, and the second thing what the government can do is like they can like have some fixed increase in wages, like around 10% or 5% or something like that. This would be fixed percentage, like this percent, there will be a fixed rise in income every year. So I think by doing that there will be possible that like people can survive on their income, and they will not be like covered with the inflation only. And I think by following these steps, or by like focusing on those steps, I think by 2030 what we can achieve is like we can achieve first ever reduction in India's Gini's coefficient to around 0.45 something, and around 50 million like who are informal workers, they can invest in mutual funds. Like if we digitalize like more in the rural areas as well, so the informal workers who like work in their hometown, like who work in a tier 3 city, they can also invest in mutual funds. Like if we do promotion and if we digitalize in the rural areas or in the tier 3 cities as well. And there should be like 100% wage parity for women in the organized sectors, to make it more gender friendly, I believe. And I want to close this by saying that, like friends, inequality isn't inevitable. it's engineered. But as Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar has warned, we must remove this contribution or it will destroy us forever. Let's tax the privilege and employ, and we should employ, and we should empower the labor, and we should build an India where no child's destiny is decided by their parents' income or by their parents' paycheck. There is a time like for radical fairness is now, and I believe that we will be able to achieve in the next few years, and we should like focus on empowering more laborers, and we should focus on we should make a skill set the priority, not the income you are earning now is the priority. Thank you.